Kerry, the government keeps making announcements. What's the latest one?
Yeah, we've had a pre-budget announcement come out. They're going to put $22 million into a new government unit, which is going to be out to sort of go against cyber crime.
Against it?
Yep, so last year it cost the country $250 million worth of lost money, and 800,000 people were affected, so they've come up with this idea they're going to have a new unit as from the start of next year, and their idea is to go out and stop cybercrime and basically protect New Zealand, because we're heading more into a digital age, and they want to make sure that we're well protected, and the idea of this unit is to stop it.
It scares the living daylights out of me when I push a button and send my credit card number somewhere.
Yes, and this is what they're trying to sort of go up against. It's also things like denial of service attacks, which is one of the most basic things you can do. So you get a whole pile of people and they just attack a particular website, and because it gets bombarded with everyone at the same time, it just goes down. So it could, obvious example would be you could try and target IRD if you're really going to try and be aggressive. They've got good security, but enough people doing this at the same time could bring the whole site down. And especially if you did it right on, say, GST time, it'd create a nightmare for everyone out there. So, it's important that they get on top of this.
This cybercrime, I mean, it's totally faceless, isn't it?
Yep, it can be anyone, anywhere. And the reality is it's pretty simple to do in some cases. A simple search of the internet will give you some clues on how to do some things.
I don't want to know.
Well,
I have enough trouble with doing my own stuff.
Yeah, but then you've got your more sophisticated, a lot of them are the younger sort of grads that have spent a bit of time on computer science, and they've got together and they've come up with a bit of a scheme and they put it out there to try it. And so this unit will be after them. So
$22 million. These people in the IRD are going to, or the government I should say, yep, they're going to be targeting. They're going to be coming onto everyone else's computers to find out who's doing what?
Not necessarily going onto them. They're just going to be there as a unit to stop it. So the idea is if they get a sort of report, they'll be chasing it up, trying to find out more behind it and work out how to protect New Zealand in the long run.
Oh, good luck to them, because it's international, of course.
It is, yes. And most of the attacks do come from overseas, but there's no reason why it couldn't come from a homegrown person either.
Yeah, scary stuff. Kerry, I'm going to say that there's a lot of people who have an opinion that accounting is a very expensive part of their budget.
Yes, it can be. And the reality is that we all get the question of how do we save money? You're getting too expensive. I don't want to pay for what you're doing.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't see what you do.
No, they don't see behind the scenes. All they see is the stuff go in, and we give a whole pile of paper at the end and say, here's your tax bill or your tax refund. They don't realise all that extra work that's there. There's a lot of things that people can do to actually save some money in the long run. The first thing is every accountant in New Zealand sends out a questionnaire to every taxpayer saying, this is the information we need. Signing it and returning it is not going to help you. It's actually going to cost you more, because the accountant will have to go through all your records or come back to you and ask for more information. The key is actually fill out everything possible. It's going to be quite long. Some of them are sort of anywhere between 7 to 12 pages long, and it asks for a lot of information, but if you don't give it, then you end up having to spend more time on it. So if you can go through, fill it out completely, then you save money. It takes your time, but your time's cheaper than paying an accountant to do it.
I bet. Is it simple as just as going through all your bank accounts?
Like one of them will be, have you got all the bank statements? We need all of those. So you go through and make sure you've got 12 months worth of bank statements. Now, if you've been doing it right during the year and you've been filing them, in a filing cabinet every time you receive one, then it's not going to be a problem. Or you can easily go onto online banking and actually download it all as well into an electronic document. And if accountants are on top of everything, they'll actually have something called a portal that you can upload to for them. So you don't even go to the post office or go in to see them. You actually do sit at home and on the farm and just upload it to the accountant's server.
Is it too simplified to sort of say, adding up from your bank statements, I've spent this amount on fuel and this amount on fertiliser and this amount on...
Yeah, especially for the end of year type stuff, that's exactly what we need. So come the end of the year, you owe bills to everybody. If you go through and say, on my bank statement, these are all the people that I paid in the month after the end of the year, then that's all we need to know. You don't have to sort of go and, in most cases, provide invoices, because accountants don't want a whole pile of paperwork. It just clogs up our office, and we've got better things than do have all that sitting there.
Paper is actually disappearing into history.
It is, yeah. I'd say probably at least 40% of our clients don't actually have any paper copies anymore. A lot of it's on electronic, which is great for them because they don't have to store it in their wall shed or whatever, and we don't have to store it in our office hoping that someone will come and pick it up, or we go and deliver it off to them.
Because there's that 7 years of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to have the 7 years of records there. And a lot of people forget that, and of course they start running out of space, or they're cleaning up, and they dump a couple of years.
Or they shift.
Well, yeah, shifting the other way, and that's the worst thing is that all those records you've got to take them with you, but you've got to have it.
And then you've got to say, which box are they in?
Yes, yeah.
So really, basically, the way to save money with your chartered accountant is to give them as much information as you can glean from your bank statements.
Definitely, yeah. The more you can give us without us having to hunt for it, the cheaper it is.
Power, for example, and you guys will work out the percentage for house versus irrigation.
Yeah, now in that case it's ideal if you sort of have it paid at two bills, so that on your bank statement it goes through as, the irrigation on one and the actual house is separated out. Otherwise we're going to have to go through all your power bills, or you've got to spend the time saying every month this is what I paid for the house. Whereas if you do it as 2 payments, it's really simple and easy.
So that's the easiest thing to do, you keep it simple.
Yep. And the same with your computer software, the more information you put into it, the easier it is for us.